Good morning, everybody. This is March 21st, 2015, and I wanted to give you a dream today. This is one that is very important because this is the solar eclipse, the day of judgment on the Gentile. So this video has to be out today. So I'm going to tell you the dream, and then I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to try to do it from memory. So I actually posted it. It actually happened on December 14, 2013. So let me just talk to you about it. So in the stream, it was downpouring, and I heard in the spirit the Lord say, "Man-made storm." And as I walked, I had a towel over my shoulders, and I lifted it and put it over my head to cover me from the storm. And as I was walking, I came to my neighborhood, and there was what looked like a SWAT team truck, or military style truck, in my driveway, and the military men were going into the house trying to locate my husband and I. And the funny thing is, my children weren't what they were looking for my husband and I. Anyway, so rather than going to my house, I went to my mother's house across the street. Well, my mom doesn't really live across the street from me, but this is how God portrayed it. And I went to her house, and I went into her house. The door was one of those doors that had a window at the top, so even though you had the door closed, you could look out. So as I was inside the house, I looked out, and I saw people walking around outside, and some kids came to the door, and I sent them away, which I'm not sure why I did that. I think I wanted to put them in a safer place, so I sent them away. And then their parents came asking what was going on. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of distress from people, because these men were going door to door, pulling people out of the houses. So I opened the door to let these parents in to explain to them what was going on. And I personally, at that time, was half dressed. I wasn't completely dressed. I was in my intimates at the door. And as they came in, one of the fathers looked at me in a scoffing way and laughed, because he could not believe I was letting him into the house partially dressed. So I let all the parents in and took them into a special room to explain to them what was going on. And in an adjacent room, there was a window, and you could see all the kids on the other side safely in another room. And that was the dream. So this dream is significant, because this dream is God explaining to us that these disasters from 2015 and 2016, they are man-made disasters, that men are causing catastrophic events to destroy mankind. Now, I will talk more on this on a different video, what's really going on, not what you think is going on, but what is actually going on. But at the time I had this dream, the Lord was communicating to myself that I wasn't ready. I wasn't properly dressed in my righteous gown, or I had a full understanding to explain to anyone anything, and that it was going to take some time to prepare me for this moment. So that's what that was about. The man-made storm is, like I said, was man-made disasters that are going to come upon our land. God permits evil men to do evil things when a community is not right with God. This is what he does. This cutting off of America is God's way of saying, I am that I am. You refuse me and you are unobedient to me, so I am just taking you out. This is what he does. It's the cutting off. If you look in the Word of God throughout the Word, if you looked in the search engine for cutting off in the Word, you'd find multitudes of cutting off scriptures where God cuts off a people who aren't obedient unto him. So this whole storm video was primarily to let me know that in this time of devastation in America, that I would be safe from the evil ones, and that I would be able to explain to the confused what is really happening and the truth of everything, and our hope we have in God, because it's all about protection. And the thing about my mother's house I thought was pretty interesting, because it's reflecting that, my mom passed away back in February on the 9th, in the middle of my preparation desert. I had decided on the 8th that I was going to go into a preparation desert to get my heart right with God for this time, because I knew this was coming. And the next day, she passes away. And I said, Lord, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you did this. And his response to me was, I promised you storms in the desert. And this is one of the storms. But as you go along, they will worsen and seem very unbearable. But because you are in me, you will have peace and joy. And he already showed me what my last storm was before his coming. So I already know what the last one will be. I won't share that because it's very personal. But when that storm happens, then I will be able to say he's at the door. He's going to come now, because I will know at that moment he's coming for his bride. So I just want to share that with you. There's nothing to fear. Like I said in the previous video, God has promised a hedge of protection over the righteous. Just prepare your heart and mind and soul. Trust in him, and he will guide your path. He is the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and end. He wrote it all. He knows what's coming. He will not let you fall. Have a blessed day. Thanks. Bye.